Next required event is what? Odds against to the probability. Odds against means how do you denote? That is failure probability. So that is Q. But here special notation we used here. You know this probability of A bar is equal to 1 minus probability of A. That is equal to 1 minus 315 by 3060. So instead of decimal answer, what I took P by Q answer. So 1 minus of something when you are doing, especially in probability, always prefer P by Q rather than decimal. You will get exact answer. So by taking LCM, 3060 minus 315 by 3060. So this is the answer. This is the P by Q answer, 2745 by 3060. What is the decimal answer? 0.8970. By multiplying this with 100, what you get? Percentage answer 89.70%. So what is the point you need to remember here? Odds in favor of, odds against. So odds means again chance or else a probability. So these are the different terminology as far as the probability is concerned. So probability, chance, likelihoods, odds. So these are all synonyms for probability only. So this is example for selection of a wanted color ball from a bag of balls or else a bowl of balls. Urn means again a bowl. A big bowl is known as urn or else a box. Okay. So till now what we discussed, various problems based upon very important 4 standard or else a basic experiments like coin tossing, die throwing, selection of a card from deck of cards, and selection of a color ball from bag of balls. Okay. Now after understanding this, now we are going to understand about advanced concepts in probability, which are nothing but the addition theorem and as well as the multiplication theorem of the probability. To understand the addition theorem of the probability and as well as the multiplication theorem of the probability, you need to understand this definition. What is that? Simple event and compound event. Compound event. What do you mean by that? Very important concept this. A simple event is nothing but it's a single event. A simple event is nothing but it's a single event or else a single answer. But whereas a compound event is nothing but it's a mix of more than one single event. So whenever two simple events occurs, whenever two or more simple events occurs, then such kind of events are known as what you called compound events. So simultaneously you find happening of what you call more than one single event. What you call that? A compound event. So what is the best example? Okay. Now let us suppose that a bowl is there. In this bowl 6 red color, okay, 5 black color balls are there. Okay. Now let us suppose that you were asked to draw 2 balls, 2 colored balls. Now let us suppose that 2 color balls, whatever you have drawn, all are red color only. Then that you are calling as the simple event. But in these 2 color balls, let us suppose that one red color is there and one black color ball is there. Then what do you call this kind of events? Compound event. Same way, let us suppose that in a classroom, in a class, okay, Let us suppose that both boys and girls are there. You pick a student with more than 75% is called as a simple event. If you pick a student more than 75%, that too of a boy student, or else what called that too of a girl student, becomes a compound event. So within the single event you are having the answers for more than one item. In such kind of situations, what is there? The probability technique, whatever we learned till now, are not going to be useful, like classical definition. Okay? So in the classical definition, what you are doing, simply the favorable number of ways by total number of ways. So probability of A is equal to, how we are getting, m by n. What is m here? Favorable number of ways by total number of ways. But in some situations, especially in reality, what happens, most of the times you need to get the probability values of compound events. More than one result simultaneously will be happening. In such kind of situations, classical definition is not at all possible to get. Then what is required? Based upon the situation, you need to apply either addition theorem of the probability or else multiplication theorem of the probability. Multiplication theorem of the probability. So these are very, very important formulae. So whenever the given situation is a mix of simple and as well as the compound events, then these addition theorem and as well as the multiplication theorems are going to be useful. I mean to say, based upon these formulae, we are going to calculate the wanted probabilities. So that is the purpose of addition theorem of the probability, multiplication theorem of the probability. If anybody asks you, what is the basic purpose of addition theorem or multiplication theorem, means whenever mix of simple and as well as a compound event probabilities are required, you can apply addition theorem or else a multiplication theorem. After this, we learn one more very, very important theorem, what you call this one as the Bayes theorem, which is purely connected to the multiplication theorem. What do you mean by Bayes theorem? Means this is actually useful whenever you are going to be update the probability information with the latestly available information also. How to do that, when we are going to discuss this, we will come to know. Meanwhile, we are understanding actually what is the purpose of using addition theorem of the probability, multiplication theorem of the probability. So whenever the probability is most of the time compound events, if you want to calculate, you can apply addition theorem or multiplication theorem. That's all. Now, what do you mean by addition theorem of the probability? Generally, the basic definition of the addition theorem of the probability is defined for two events, let us suppose that AB. That means if A comma B are any two events in any given sample space S, do you know sample space? Just recall. Which is nothing but the playground. In that playground, A, B are playing match. That means a sample space is nothing but where you find all the outcomes. So if A comma B are any two events in the sample space S, then the probability of happening of any one of the events, how do you write? A or B. This word is important. Any one of the events, either A or B. So how do you denote this information in terms of notations? Probability of A union B. So union means the general meaning is OR. The probability of happening of A or B or probability of A union B is nothing but the probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So what you call this? You called the addition theorem of the probability for two events. So what is the meaning of that? By using this addition theorem, you are calculating the probability of happening of A or B whenever simple events given, and as well as the compound event probability information is also available. Joint happening of the probabilities. Strictly speaking, this is the addition theorem for two events. You can extend the addition theorem for three events also like this: A or B or C. So probability of happening of A or B or C. How do you write? Probability of A union B union C. Then what is the definition? The probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of B intersection C minus probability of C intersection A plus probability of A intersection B intersection C. So what you call this? This you are calling as the probability addition theorem probability for three events. This you are calling as addition theorem of the probability for two events. Okay. What is the purpose of addition theorem and multiplication theorem? By using addition theorem and multiplication theorem, we are going to get sometimes simple events and as well as compound event probabilities. So what is compound event? Simultaneously happening of more than one simple event. Like in a color of balls, two different color balls becomes a compound event. In a selection of a card from deck of cards, a what you called spades heart, or else what is spades ace is going to be a compound event, because under spades ace will be there. King of hearts is going to be a compound event. Card should be king and as well as that should be a heart. Both two answers, understand? So in those situations, we are going to use the addition theorem and as well as the multiplication theorem. And now we are going to prove the addition theorem of the probability in the case of two events by using set theory. Do you know set? Set is nothing but the collection of the distinct objects. How do you denote the set? By means of capital letters A, B, okay? And you call this union, and this symbol is called the intersection. And how do you are going to represent the set? By means of Venn diagrams. Do you know Venn diagram in terms of what called circular pictures you are going to develop? Okay. Through this set theory, we are going to prove the addition theorem of the probability in the case of two events. Understand? Now let us discuss that information. Now this is the statement, addition theorem of probability in the case of two events. If A comma B are any two events, then the probability of happening of at least one of the events is defined as probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Now here we are going to prove this theorem by using set theory. There are so many methods are there, but this one is the easiest one and the best method as per my experience goes. Okay. Now to prove this theorem, we considered very importantly this part. What is the meaning of this? A intersection B means both are having common space. So here this theorem we are going to prove by means of two cases. Case 1. case 1. So under case 1, first of all here I consider A intersection B is nothing but 5. That means there are no common elements which belongs to both A and B. Okay. So whenever A intersection B is 5, then how the Venn diagram you can draw here for such kind of sets, so like what you call two circles without any joint. The first circle let us assume as A and the second circle let us assume as B. There is no common space. When there is no common space, there is no common element. Same, then if you take the probability, what happens? There is no common element information, we assume as a 0. Okay. So what happens here? This implies probability of A intersection B becomes what you call 0. There is no common element, its probability becomes what you call 0. So these implies in this definition this entire term is going to be 0. Then directly what you get here? Probability of A union B is equal to simply what you get, probability of A plus probability of B. So this is the statement what we have proved. Why? Because in the Venn diagram, what is there? There is no what to call joint between these two events. I mean to say these two are disjoint events. What is the one more name for disjoint events? These disjoint events can also be called as mutually exclusive events. Both are same. Okay. Whenever disjoint events are there what to call the probability is going to be 0. There what to call intersection set information is going to be null set. What you call this 5 means null set. Hence what you wrote here, whenever A comma B are disjoint events, the happening of A or B probability is nothing but simply adding up of two individual probabilities. This is a very, very important conclusion. In the problems what happens, in the beginning itself, A comma B are any two disjoint events. Let us suppose that such a way probability information is given. Then how to get this answer? Simply add these two. Very, very important point. Okay. That is the case 1. And now we go for the next level, what you call this case 2. So under case 2, let us assume that there is a common portion between these two sets. Then how do you write that? If A intersection B is not a phi set, something exists, some common portion is there. Then how do you develop the Venn diagram? The picture is going to be now like this. So here some portion is going to mix with other. Now as usual here this is going to be A, this is going to be B. This part is very, very important. What do you call this part? A intersection B. These are all 10th class problems. Now what is this part? Only this, by leaving this common part, only A. Only A means not B. How to write this part? This part we write A minus B. A minus B means only A. Now how do you write this part? By leaving this common part, only B. How do you write that? Which is nothing but B minus C. So if you want, I can put here shading. Okay. Only B. I am writing vertical lines shading. Like this. Only A. That information I am putting in terms of horizontal lines for understanding purpose. Okay. Now as usual, this is going to be a complete sample space. This is also yes here. Now if A intersection B is not a phi, it's not a null set, then what is the probability is going to be then? This implies A union B is going to be, what is A union B? Mixing up of all these things, this circle and as well as intersection. So that information I am writing in terms of what you call special notation. Carefully observe. A union, that means this circle also within the dots, and also union of B minus A. This is very important clubbing of two sets. Unless otherwise you understand this, very difficult to understand the theorem. So what I am finding now, A union B. So A union B means mix of all this area. How do you get? Only this entire A I am considering, and also union of only B. What is only B? B minus A. Okay. Now you go for taking the probability. So on both the sides, probability, if you take probability of A union B becomes probability of A union B minus A. Okay. So that is equal to probability of, you know from the previous concept, because both are what you call mutually exclusive. Whenever mutually exclusive, according to this, what you can write? Addition. So instead of union, what you can write here? Plus. So directly what I can put here? Probability of A plus probability of B minus A. So that is equal to, now probability of A plus, again come to here, the probability of B minus A means probability of only this part, only vertical lines part. How to get the vertical lines part? Carefully observe, which is nothing but entire B circle part minus the combined part. So what is that? If you want to get only this vertical lines part, how do you get entire B circle and minus this introduction part? So what I put here, that is nothing but the probability of, okay, entire B part minus, what is this? Intersection part. So how do I write now? A intersection B. Okay. Now take probability inside. So directly what you get now? Which is nothing but probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So which is nothing but, hence the proof. Hence the proof. So this step is very important. So how I am putting A union B? So entire circle AB information I am putting in terms of A and as well as only B. That means B minus A. So probability is an operation on the sets, because set is also a kind of number. Set is also a kind of event. So probability can be applied on the sets also. Since I am taking probability on both the sides, probability of A union B becomes probability of this entire term. Again, what do you know B minus A? Only these vertical lines. How to get these vertical lines? Again, entire B event minus the intersection part. That's what I wrote here. So I took the probability inside and we got what you call the probability of A union B is equal to, okay, that is probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Hence the proof. So how we proved this one? Based upon the set theory. The set is also nothing but an event only. How do you define a set? Collection of distinct objects. You know very well these symbols meaning intersection, union. Okay. So we took the help of the Venn diagram. We proved what we call addition theorem of the probability. That in the case of two events. What is the important conclusion we got here? Whenever, okay, A comma B are disjoint events, the intersection probability is not possible. Simply what you are putting probability of A plus probability of B. But whenever the events are not disjoint events, not mutually exclusive events, or else mutually inclusive events, the proof is going to be like this. So based upon case 1, case 2, complete proof of the addition theorem is what we called derived. Now from this we can have few very important conclusions. What are those conclusions? The conclusions are like this, okay. When the A comma B are mutually exclusive to each other, then the probability of A union B is going to be simply sum of individual probabilities. But whenever A comma B are not mutually exclusive, then what happens? You will get the complete formula. Probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So these are the important conclusions. Okay. So which can be extended to 3 events, A, B, C also, and also more than 3 events, up to n events. Okay. Very rarely this theorem has been asked to prove, but anyhow better to learn this theorem because there is a chance of getting proof of addition theorem and as well as the multiplication theorem. So in the next class we go for application of addition theorem of the probability, and after that we understand how do you prove the multiplication theorem of the probability. Next you go for Bayes theorem. Okay. Signing off. Thank you so much. These are important conclusions. Whenever mutually exclusive, intersection part is going to be 0. Whenever not mutually exclusive, intersection part exists. Not mutually exclusive or not disjoint events or mutually inclusive events. These are different terminology. Okay. Today what we discussed, we came to know how to solve different color balls kind of problems and various conditions like odds in favor of, odds against to the probability. And also we came to know what even is simple event, compound event. And also we came to know the definition part of addition theorem in the case of 2 events and as well as the 3 events. And also we understood the proof of addition theorem of the probability in the case of 2 events, which can be extended to 3 events and as well as n events. and these special conclusions. Thank you so much.